on first tonight, Nordic Aqua Farms was back in Maine Supreme Judicial Court today to discuss several issues about the construction of their 900,000 square foot fish farm in Belfast.
Our Matthew Juronsik has more.
Thursday's discourse around the proposal involved ownership of the land, explanation and implementation of chain of deeds, and accuracy of the acquisition. Nordic Aqua Farms gained ownership of the land in 2019 following a lawsuit from Jeffrey Mabey and Judith Grace where Justice Robert Murray found that the plaintiffs did not have the right to own the property. Plaintiff attorney Kim Urban Tucker agreed Nordic didn't have sole possession of the land they wanted to build on.
Neither Eckroats, Morgan, nor their respective predecessors in interest ever had title to this intertidal land.
Both sides made their arguments and answered questions raised by the 6 Supreme Court justices.
So if we find this deed unambiguous, then the next question is whether the 1950 deed was ambiguous or not, correct?
Tucker highlighted the wording in the original 1946 deed, saying that the language establishes the boundaries of the land.
These parties understood the mouth of the brook to be at the high water mark, 275 feet from the culvert. And all 7 of the surveys prepared by Nordic's expert, Mr. Dorsky, identify that it is 275 feet from that culvert to the mean high water mark, MHW, on his surveys.
Nordic Aqua Farms attorney David Callan agreed why they should rightfully have access to the land.
The shore is a strip of land. If you call to the water under, or the land under the water, that is a fundamentally different boundary.
How can a call to the high water mark include any part of the intertidal zone? I'm not getting that.
Currently, there is no scheduled court date and ruling expected soon, as the process can take up to 5 to 6 months before making a decision. Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
A water suppression line on Main Street in Old Town caused the road to shut down earlier today. According to Superintendent of Old Town's Water District, Steve Lane, they received a report just after 7 this morning that water was coming out of the ground. Now, crews responded and turned it off, finding the suspension line as the source of the incident. Lane says that road will likely be closed for at least all day and will not affect any businesses in the area.
A review of the Maine National Guard's sexual assault prevention and response-related programs has been released. Adjutant General Douglas Farnham requested an independent review of the programs and the regulatory adherence earlier this year. The review was conducted in June by the National Guard Bureau. It found that, quote, all aspects of the programs were in compliance with National Guard Bureau policies and guidance. The review also noted minor discrepancies and offered recommendations that Major General Farnham said will be implemented as soon as possible. Major General Farnham said in part, quote, the safety and welfare of our service members is always our first focus, and this review is an important first step forward in helping us identify how we can further strengthen and improve our programs to better serve the men and women of the Maine National Guard. Sexual assault and harassment are not compatible with military service. Period, end quote.
Well, the community came together today to honor a man who could have been forgotten, but a group of veterans made sure that didn't happen. Our Susan Farley reports.
We would not be where we are today if it weren't for men and women like him.
75-year-old veteran Brian Snow passed away in July with nobody to claim him. The funeral home in Augusta reached out to a local veteran advocate to help.
First of all, I was shocked. I was like, how can that be? You know?
She made some calls to see if they could give Snow a funeral and the honor that he earned.
I made a call, and within 4 hours I had an entire team. Everybody dropped what they were doing and came to honor this man's service.
On Thursday, they made sure he got those honors with a proper funeral at the Maine Veterans Cemetery in Augusta.
And I'm a Navy veteran, made it even more special that I could do something for one of my shipmates like this. Was an incredible honor. Because my thought is that nobody should die alone. And Brian served his country honorably, and we wanted to make sure that he got the honors that he deserved.
Snow may not have had anyone at the end of his life, but those at the service say that all changed today.
They said that he had no family. He's an American veteran. We are his family. We have to be here. He sacrificed for us. The least we can do is come here and pay our respects to him.
He can rest easy because we have the watch. We're his family, extended family now.
I'm Susan Farley for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
VA Maine Healthcare is looking for landlords to help shelter its homeless veterans. According to VA Maine Homeless Programs Coordinator Amy Morin, there are currently 139 homeless veterans across the state of Maine due to a variety of factors, including increases in rent, lack of housing, and inflation. Morin says housing those who served is a way of showing them they matter.
What it means to a landlord, more often than not, is a big piece is just that. We're giving back to our community. We're supporting our community. These veterans are our sisters, our brothers, our neighbors, and it's a big piece of giving back.
Any Maine landlords interested in helping veterans should reach out to VA Maine at 207-623-8411, extension 5714.
The Navy is getting ready to turn the chapter on its workhorse destroyer, the Arleigh Burke, which went into production more than 30 years ago. The Navy has awarded design contracts on a future ship that would be equipped with lasers and hypersonic missiles. The stakes are high when it comes to a replacement for the backbone of the fleet at a time when China's numerical advantage becomes greater with each year. The Navy has vowed that it won't repeat recent shipbuilding debacles when it rushed production and crammed too much new technology into ships, causing delays and cost overruns. And taking a look outside, we definitely are returning to summer for a little while here, and it looks like that's going to be the trend moving forward for at least, a few days.
Absolutely. Today was a great day to be on or around the water if you were so lucky, but sounds like that stretch, like you said, will continue.
Getting outside and enjoying the breeze, and with a little bit more on what's coming our way weather-wise for at least the next few hours, we'll turn over to Jeff Weller and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Thursday. Your first weather is brought by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest for over 70 years. And take a look at temperatures today. Nice, right? 74 in Millinocket, 76 here in Bangor. Very nice day. Tomorrow, though, we're going to go for 80 and increasingly more humid, too, especially throughout the afternoon. Out there today, so some clouds and even a couple areas of drizzle earlier north and west of the Bangor area. That is now gone. We're looking at clear skies coming across our region tonight and pretty much throughout the day tomorrow and for Saturday and for Sunday. Football games tomorrow night, no issues at all. A light southeast wind with low temperatures in the 60s, but there will be some dense fog well after midnight again tonight and likely tomorrow night as well. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly clear skies and very comfortable with low temperatures down in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
Alrighty, we'll be getting some more details on that later.
Indeed, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, how you can gain an even better appreciation of the Maine outdoors with one of the many rail cycle adventures in Thorndike.
And Maine Autobahn is partnering with the Maine DEP to offer free classes for those who want to explore local watersheds. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
I earned my retirement. I worked over 40 years for it. But Bruce Poliquin doesn't get it. He's a Wall Street banker and congressman who took all that money from the drug and insurance industries, then voted for devastating cuts to Medicare and risking Social Security. Poliquin even supported raising the retirement age. Bruce Poliquin is all about corporations and multimillionaires like himself, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Jason Aldean. Rock and Roll Cowboy Tour 2022. Presented by Wolf Moon Bourbon. Saturday, September 10th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine, with Tracy Lawrence. Time marches on. And John Morgan. If I didn't love ACM Artist of the Decade, Jason Aldean. Let's get this thing started. It's my kind of on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage. Doing business the right way every day.
What does Roman Reigns retaining his title and Clash at the Castle mean for the rest of SmackDown? It's an all-new edition of Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
Hi, I'm Emma Smith. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Maine Audubon is partnering with the Maine Department of Environmental Protection to offer free classes for volunteers. Plus, the Maine Supreme Court will hear arguments on the controversy surrounding Nordic Farms' plan for a new fish facility. This and more coming up next.
Welcome back. From Maine's breathtaking coastlines to majestic mountains, there is no shortage of beauty in our state. And as Jody Hersey tells us, you can gain an even better appreciation of the Maine outdoors aboard one of the many rail cycle adventures in Thorndike.
I'm a woodworker. I work by myself mostly, and it just seemed like a good way to get outside and meet some people and do something a little different.
Dan Capwell is changing up his work week surroundings by taking guests along a scenic rail cycle ride on the Belfast Moosehead Lake Railroad tracks once a week in the town of Thorndike.
The route is a little less than 3 miles each way.
Oh, nice.
It's a little bit uphill on the way out, and it's a railroad grade, but you definitely feel it. You do most of the work on the outward leg, and then on the way back there's some coasting a little faster, which is a lot of fun.
The trek takes approximately an hour, and although the route itself doesn't vary, the scenery and the sounds of nature is always changing. It's what rail cycle rider Meg Carson of Belfast enjoys the most.
We just had a great time. It was super fun. We laughed a lot. We saw some great things. We had great guides. It was just a lot of fun.
As much as Capwell has enjoyed the fresh air and exercise each week, he says it's the people he's met along the way that's made the rail cycle adventure a memorable one.
You know, we've had people from Hawaii and California, Texas, Georgia, so it's somebody different every day, every run, and it's the people that makes it new and interesting every day.
In Thorndike, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, Maine Audubon is partnering with the Maine Department of Environmental Protection to offer free classes for volunteers who want to explore local watersheds and help with some research. Emma Smith has details on how to get involved.
Calling all outdoor enthusiasts. The so-called Stream Explorers project is getting underway. The Maine Audubon introduced the project to recruit, train, and support volunteers who are interested in searching streams for aquatic insects, which will in turn provide insight into levels of pollutants in watersheds.
Depending on what they find, those different species are indicative of the water quality itself. Some species are very tolerant of pollution. Many species are not tolerant of pollution. And when you find a lot of diversity in the species or families that you're collecting, then that usually is representative of high quality water.
Anyone can step up to the challenge to identify insects. Specifically, these insects are macroinvertebrates, such as stoneflies, mayflies, and dragonflies. Through the use of hand nets and lenses provided by the Maine Audubon, volunteers can catch macroinvertebrates and identify them. Depending on how much of a challenge volunteers are up for, there are basic and advanced identification key guide options in order to do the insect ID work. Volunteer stream explorers do not need any prior experience with stream surveying.
We have had a wide variety of volunteers, including families, homeschool groups, grandparents with grandkids, fishing buddies, retired scientists. So, it runs the gamut of people who are interested in participating.
The Stream Explorers Workshop will be held at the Fields Pond Audubon Center on Saturday, September 17th at 9 a.m. To register and learn more, head to foxbangor.com to find links for the workshop. For ABC 7 and Fox 22, I'm Emma Smith.
The annual Maine Open Lighthouse Day, which offers the general public the rare opportunity to climb lighthouses around the state, is taking place this weekend. Sponsored by the United States Coast Guard, the day typically attracts between 15,000 and 18,000 visitors every year. This year, Maine Open Lighthouse Day falls on what is currently forecasted to be a beautiful, sunny Saturday. All lighthouses will be open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. unless otherwise noted. A total of 20 different lighthouses around the state will be open. For all the details on the open and accessible landmarks, you can head to lighthousefoundation.org. Sounds like a really good opportunity to go check out some of Maine's history.
Oh my gosh, it's all of that beautiful scenery. The lighthouses are so striking and so iconic and endemic to Maine. So what a great thing to spend a Saturday doing. And it looks like, there'll be a decent spot of weather to do it in.
Let's hope so.
All right, well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, the world reacts to the death of Queen Elizabeth II. The British monarch passed away today after doctors had expressed concern over her failing health.
And police are giving more details about the killing of a Las Vegas journalist, allegedly by a public official he was investigating. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Gas, groceries, school supplies. Everything costs more these days. It's outrageous. Things are tough, and every little bit helps. That's why we've balanced budgets without raising taxes. And we're able to give real money back to Maine people to help them with higher costs.
Fighting inflation instead of each other. One more way Governor Mills puts Maine first.
It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Now, place your order and lock in 2.9% APR for 60 months plus $500 bonus cash on select Ford trucks.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
A longtime Trump ally has been indicted in New York. Prosecutors say he defrauded thousands out of money with the promise of building a border wall. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
A fixture of former President Trump's White House, Steve Bannon, arrived at a New York court today to turn himself in. Once a top advisor to the former president, now he's facing charges related to a fundraising scheme. And it all ties back to his old boss.
And he used that influence and those connections to cheat everyday Americans and carry out this fraud.
Prosecutors say Bannon duped donors into handing over money to a nonprofit called We Build the Wall Incorporated to construct a border wall. Instead, they allege he pocketed some of the money for personal use. At least $15 million was raised. The indictment, unsealed today, charges Bannon with money laundering, conspiracy, and fraud. New York State is charging him.
It is a crime to profit off the backs of donors by making false
pretenses.
Bannon got in trouble with federal prosecutors for something similar back in 2020, but then President Trump pardoned him. However, presidential pardons don't apply to state charges. The former Trump aide maintains his innocence, saying this is all about politics.
We are not going to back down, and they will not be able to shut me up.
Steve Bannon has pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he could face between 5 to 15 years in prison. In Washington, Mallory Rivera, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Memphis police are investigating another attack around the city that took place on Wednesday. Multiple people are dead and several others injured. Fox's Jonathan Siri has more.
The man charged in the kidnapping and murder of Eliza Fletcher making his third appearance in a Memphis courtroom this week. Cleotha Henderson is currently being held without bond. During Thursday's hearing, a judge denied a motion from the public defender's office to be removed from the case over a possible conflict of interest. The attack on the 34-year-old mother is one of several that took place in Memphis recently. On Wednesday, a gunman live-streamed himself during an hours-long shooting rampage that left 4 dead and 3 others shot. It stretched across 8 crime scenes and prompted a shelter-in-place warning. The shootings ended Wednesday night when the 19-year-old suspect, Ezekiel Kelly, crashed a stolen car in a high-speed pursuit.
Law enforcement calmly and coolly, but nonetheless with urgency, did what they had to do to follow the leads and apprehend this person and prevent further bloodshed.
The suspects in both of these cases are repeat offenders. Henderson recently served 20 years of a 24-year kidnapping sentence, while court records show Kelly was released early from a 3-year sentence for aggravated assault. Legal analysts say the challenge for prosecutors is determining how much punishment is enough.
It becomes very, very difficult to know which one is going to be one kind of person and which one's going to be a different kind of person.
Investigators are now working to determine a motive for both of these incidents. In Memphis, Jonathan Siri, Fox News.
Meanwhile, a politician in Las Vegas is accused of killing a journalist investigating him for a story. Fox's Mike Tobin has that story from Chicago.
A Las Vegas elected official charged with murder Thursday after police say they linked him in the fatal stabbing of a newspaper investigative reporter, Jeff Gehrman. The killing taking place September 2nd.
On that morning, he approached Mr. Gehrman's home and went to the side of the house. And ultimately, an altercation took place between the suspect and the victim.
The suspect, Clark County Public Administrator Robert Robb Tellis, was taken out of his home Wednesday with self-inflicted wounds after a 12-hour standoff. The injury was non-life-threatening. During a press conference, police said multiple pieces of evidence they recovered linked Tellis to the killing, including a getaway car, shoes, and a hat seen on surveillance camera the day of the murder.
As you can see, there's apparent blood on the shoes, and the shoes were cut, likely in a manner to try to destroy evidence. In addition to the shoes, we recovered a straw hat that was also cut in a manner that was likely to destroy the evidence.
Tellis, a Democrat elected back in 2018, lost a June primary after he was the focus of investigative stories by Gehrman. According to police, it is still unclear what the motive for the fatal incident is, but officers say they are evaluating every single lead and every theory.
The killing of a journalist is particularly troublesome. We hope the arrest of Tellis and his subsequent prosecution will ultimately provide a sense of justice for our community and Mr. Gehrman's family.
Robert Tellis is being held in custody without bail. In Chicago, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Well, they may be states apart, but a tragic bond connects the survivors of the Sandy Hook and Robb Elementary mass shootings. Now, in an interview with the Associated Press, former Sandy Hook students are sharing messages of strength with the young survivors in Uvalde, Texas, as they begin this new school year. Fox's Jackie Ibanez has more.
I thought that the kid that was closest to the wall was going to get shot first.
Almost a decade later, and survivors of the Sandy Hook massacre continue reliving the horrors from December 14th, 2012. When a gunman stormed the Newtown, Connecticut elementary school and killed 20 students and 6 teachers.
I remember looking at my teacher's face and how just terrified she was.
Their experiences strikingly similar to the survivors of the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School, when a gunman entered the school in Uvalde, Texas, and killed 19 students and 2 teachers back in May.
Not feel shame about where you are in your healing process.
And as students across Uvalde begin the new school year, just months after the tragedy, Sandy Hook survivors say they understand their suffering.
You live with survivor's guilt and wondering how you made it out and they didn't.
While sharing strategies about how they cope with the ongoing distress they still feel so many years later.
Find comfort in, your loved ones, especially classmates, because they have that shared trauma. Don't bottle things up, talk to your family, your friends, because it's so important to talk this stuff through.
Don't compare yourself to others. Don't feel invalid because someone may have it worse.
Robb Elementary is permanently closed. Many survivors are now attending classes at other schools across the Uvalde School District. More than 100 students, though, feel it's not safe to go back to school just yet and will be doing remote learning this semester. Jackie Ibanez, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, cowboy hats and boots will be roping in Levant's annual charity rodeo event this weekend.
And in sports, Brewer grad and pro fighter Glory Watson is returning to Bangor for an upcoming fight. We'll be right back.
Ohtani leads the Angels against Altuve and the Astros. Baseball Night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
$7.8 million. That's how much I made home sellers in the past 2 years. Planning on selling? I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
Live and unzoomed in 2022, REO Speedwagon. Special guest, Loverboy. September 18th, Maine Savings Amphitheater in Bangor, Maine. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Rocking the stage together again. REO Speedwagon and Styx with Loverboy live.
We've got a huge game here. Everybody is excited for this. A matchup between two heavyweight fighters. Kick it off, baby. Let's rock it. Let's go. The best team in the country. His defense in the play. Exceptional stuff. Unreal. Touchdown, Texas. Oh, my goodness. Instant classic.
When selling your home, knowing your options could make you tens of thousands of dollars. That's what I do for my clients. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Welcome back. The longest reigning monarch in British history has passed away at the age of 96. Fox's Martha McCallum looks back on the life of Queen Elizabeth II.
Queen Elizabeth II was born into the royal Windsor family on April 21, 1926. At birth, as the oldest daughter of the Duke and Duchess of York and niece to the King, no one expected that little Elizabeth Alexandra Mary would one day be the longest-serving and one of the most respected rulers of Great Britain. But a love story would transform her quiet country childhood into an altogether different destiny, when Elizabeth's uncle, Prince Edward, abdicated as king to marry the American divorcee Wallis Simpson. Elizabeth's father reluctantly took the throne, becoming King George VI in 1936, making his oldest and then 10-year-old daughter Elizabeth his heir to the throne. At age 14, the homeschooled princess began to take on some royal duties. Her family was an outward expression of strength and resilience as England was battered by the Blitz in World War II. In 1945, at age 18, the young princess trained as a driver and mechanic in the Women's Auxiliary Service. She and her sister Margaret later joined those celebrating VE Day on the streets of London. Like thousands of others, she also had a sweetheart in the armed forces, her third cousin, Prince Philip of Greece. They were engaged to be married shortly after the princess's 21st birthday. The royal wedding held November of 1947 in London's Westminster Abbey. It brightened the gloom of those post-war years. The following year, the couple's first child, Charles, the Prince of Wales, was born. He was then followed by Princess Anne in 1950, Andrew in 1959, and Edward in 1963. But in 1952, while in Kenya with Prince Philip, Elizabeth learned the tragic news that her beloved father, the king, had died. In an instant, the 25-year-old became the Queen of England.
At my coronation, I shall dedicate myself anew to your service.
Elizabeth was to rule in a new era. Her coronation in all its splendor was the first to be broadcast on television, as millions around the globe watched the transformation as it happened. In 1957, Queen Elizabeth met President Eisenhower. She would go on to meet every U.S. president during her reign, except Lyndon Johnson. She often spoke of the strong and vital bond between America and the UK. But with the 1990s came turbulent times for the royal family as the marriages of 3 of the Queen's children fell apart, all under the scrutiny of relentless TV coverage and tabloid headlines. Then, in 1997, Diana, Princess of Wales and mother to the Princes William and Harry, was killed in a car crash in France as she was hounded by the paparazzi. At the time, the Queen was criticized for her reserved response and persuaded to make an unprecedented live broadcast.
So what I say to you now, as your Queen and as a grandmother, I say from my heart. First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being.
Over time, the monarchy's reputation rebounded. In April of 2011, the Queen attended Prince William's wedding to Kate Middleton, as some 2 billion people around the world watched the ceremony. She also made a historic visit to the Republic of Ireland, the first British monarch to do so in almost a century, a step toward healing a long and painful divide. The following year, the country turned out in force to celebrate Queen Elizabeth's 60-year reign, a Diamond Jubilee celebration spanning 4 days. Thousands lined the banks of the Thames as a flotilla of 1,000 boats, led by the Queen, made its way down the river. The worst of British weather tried but failed to dampen the mood, and the then 86-year-old Queen and 90-year-old Prince Philip stood side by side for the 4-hour ceremony. Queen Elizabeth ended the celebrations by thanking the nation for honoring her.
I will continue to treasure and draw inspiration from the countless kindnesses shown to me in this country and throughout the Commonwealth. Thank you all.
In 2013, the Queen welcomed her third great-grandchild, the much-anticipated Prince George, son of William and Kate. Now, all these years later, another George is now second in line to the British throne. His younger sister, Princess Charlotte, is third. She was born in 2015, and later that year, Queen Elizabeth became Britain's longest-reigning monarch, overtaking her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria. In 2016, the Queen celebrated her 90th birthday. That was a 4-day event, honoring the Queen's deep involvement with the armed forces and giving the nation a chance to celebrate her life. 2018, the Queen watched on as grandson Prince Harry married the American actress Meghan Markle, in a ceremony that brought glamour and Hollywood royalty to the House of Windsor and led them firmly into the 21st century. But about a year later, Harry and Meghan would famously decide to leave the royal family, move to America, and give a tell-all interview to Oprah Winfrey, which caused deep divisions within the family. In 2021, the Queen's beloved husband, Prince Philip, died at the age of 99. The nation mourned with the Queen, but COVID restrictions kept the funeral small. The image of the Queen sitting masked and alone in the church became the image of a country both in mourning and in lockdown. But as she had so many times before, the Queen persevered. From an early age, Queen Elizabeth was one of the most recognized royals and recognized women in the world. Nearly a third of the planet lived in the Commonwealth that she ruled. She managed to combine the truly regal with a countrywoman's simple pleasures, and she embodied old-fashioned values of virtue, faith, and self-restraint, honoring to the very end the pledge she had made when she was just 21.
I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service and to the service of our great imperial family to which we all belong.
You know what's really interesting? Our customers are just so surprised Bridget didn't recommend just the most expensive mattress. That's because she recommends a series of mattresses that'll fit you at different prices. Come in and meet Bridget.
Brooks Tire and Auto Sales in Dexter offers quality used vehicles covered under a 30-day, 1,000-mile, 100% guarantee. We're proud of the quality of the used vehicles we sell and dedicated to serving our customers. We have a full-service auto repair shop and nobody can beat our prices on tires. Call us for a quote. Buy 4 tires from us and get a free rotation. Be sure to visit our virtual showroom of inventory available on our website. Whether it's your first purchase with us or one of many, you can count on us to make it the best buying experience possible. Brooks Tire and Auto Sales, Route 7, Dexter.
Nothing hits harder than this. 5-Finger Death Punch. Saturday, September 17th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine, with Megadeth. And special guests, The Who. And Fire from the Gods. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com. 5-Finger Death Punch. New single, Afterlife, out now.
Hank's Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty.
For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hank's Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
You know at Jordan's we have over 90 different mattresses you can try? That's where Bridget and our sleep techs come in. With a short analysis of you, your sleeping habits, all you have to do is choose the one that's right for you and your budget. Come into Jordan's and meet Bridget.
Aaron Rodgers leads the pack. Touchdown! Against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Wow! The NFL is back. Sunday on Fox.
There you are. Football season is back tomorrow night. Lots of big games, and the weather looks fantastic. Temperatures in the 60s, hardly a wind at all. After high temperatures tomorrow, pretty much in the low 80s once again. And that's going to continue all weekend long and probably into Monday and Tuesday of next week. Well above average temperatures, the average high being low 70s. We're doing that and then some pretty much all weekend long. Today, though, 76 here in Bangor, 71 Bar Harbor, 74 Millinocket. We'll take it. Above average temperatures out there again today and tomorrow and for Saturday and for Sunday. A warm weekend ahead, even though we are in mid-parts of September, right? Okay, looking outside, this is the drought monitor. It comes out every Thursday. And, of course, the drought across the west is just awful for them. But for us, we've been battling level 1, 2, and 3 drought conditions across our state for pretty much all summer long, and that's being kind of picked away at now as we've had the little sliver there, level 3 still, but overall things are improving as we had a couple rain systems across the region. We could definitely use some more rain though, and it's not going to happen for us anytime soon. Earlier today, the radar showed some rain all aloft though, not reaching the ground as there's some dry air across the surface right now. So we're going to have clear skies across the area tonight, and then really tomorrow, nothing but sunshine, and also for Saturday as all of this will go this way, this will go that way, and we are in good shape then for the weekend. Looking at very nice temperatures hanging out in the 80s into the weekend, into next week as well. Going forward, though, so tonight, no issues at all. We're talking about maybe some dense fog late once again. Here's tomorrow morning about 9:30 or so. Lots of sunshine across the area. And then tomorrow evening, again, no issues at all. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, nothing going on. Football games, no worries tomorrow. And then, again, a great day for us on Saturday, although there will be probably some dense fog in there late parts of Saturday morning. Speaking of dense fog, so fog, again, late tonight into early parts of tomorrow, and then again late tomorrow night into early parts of really Sunday, too, as we have a foggy weekend ahead. All right, so let's check on the tropics here. We're watching 3 systems, of course, Earl out in the Atlantic, not affecting us at all, except for increased wave heights beginning really out there today and kicking up again tomorrow as Earl goes well out to sea and dies a slow death in the North Atlantic. Okay, so going forward for us, though, mostly clear skies, some dense fog is likely, low temperatures down near 52 with a calm wind after midnight. For tomorrow, I went with 81 tomorrow, lots of sunshine, a northwest breeze around 5, a very nice day tomorrow and for the games tomorrow night. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows a nice day tomorrow and for Saturday and for Sunday. Look at these highs, not normal, right? 80s Saturday, Sunday into Monday, maybe a bit cooler with some showers next week on Tuesday.
All right. Looking pretty good all in all.
Yeah, great looking weekend coming our way.
Absolutely.
Get going with the grilling.
Yeah, while you still can.
While you still can.
All right, well, sports is coming up next, so stay with us.
What happened between Tuesday and Friday? Jared Golden broke his promise. Tuesday, Jared Golden campaigned as an independent fighter against Biden's spending that he knew
would make inflation worse.
But 3 days later, voted for Biden's newest spending bill that will raise taxes on nearly every Mainer, nearly double the IRS. And in Jared Golden's words,
make inflation worse.
Jared Golden broke his promise to Mainers. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's favorite neighborhood pub, is your place to catch all your sports and live music. Don't miss a second of the action on our 24 TVs and big screen. Enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday nights, karaoke on Wednesdays, and trivia on Thursdays. Concert season is in full swing. Relax in one of our 2 outdoor seating areas, including our new beer garden. The Penobscot Poorhouse is the place to be before and after the show. The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's #1 sports and entertainment location, 14 Larkin Street, off Main Street in Bangor.
LAFD, we will come to you.
An emergency is the absence of choice, robbing us of our safety.
I can feel it coming.
Get out the van! Oh my God.
911 season premiere September 19th on Fox. Watch anytime. All seasons available on Hulu.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in. Thank you for staying with us. On Friday, the NEF returns to Bangor with a packed card of fights taking place at the Cross Insurance Center. And Orrington native and Brewer grad Glory Watson returns with it. Watson fought in Bangor the last time the NAF took over the Cross Center, winning by a first-round TKO just over a minute into the fight. She is headlining the card this time, and Watson has taken 5 months off to prepare, a little extra time for her. She says personally she's sold over 200 tickets, and while it's always great fighting for a home crowd, it's really not something that impacts her performance in the cage.
I don't notice. It's really weird. I get tunnel vision, and occasionally I'll notice like certain things, but very rarely do I notice, because coach will be like, it was so loud when you walked out. And I'm like, I had no idea. It could have been absolutely quiet and I would have thought the exact same thing.
Watson, fighting out of Young's MMA in Orrington, is coming off of 3 straight wins in the cage, with her last coming by a unanimous decision back in May. and she will look to make it 4 on Friday night when she steps in across from Gabriella Gulfin. Normally, Watson fights at about 115 pounds, but she is stepping up to 125 for this matchup and says she is prepared for a great fight.
She has a decent grappling game. She has a decent wrestling game and decent striking. So very well-rounded as an athlete. I consider myself pretty well-rounded as well. So I think that that's going to be really fun. I think it's going to be very back and forth. So that's good.
All right, Friday night, a full card of fights at the Cross Center. NEF 49, the Queen City Showdown sounds like it is going to be a fun night. Moving on now to some high school sports. A lot of action up here on Thursday. Let's start with some afternoon field hockey. In Old Town, Coyotes looking to down the Ponies from Foxcroft. We'll pick things up in this one in the first quarter. Foxcroft with a corner. Hillary Howard gets it into Annie Raines. The ball goes to Justice Bachelor, who fires it, but Amara Francis is there for the stop. And again, the Ponies, they have another good chance off of the corner, but here Francis is going to make not one, not two, but here's 3 kick saves on the play, and then her offense would help her out. Natalie Fournier finds Grace Willie, who gets this one to go past Lainey McGarry, and that is all the Coyotes needed to take a 1-0 victory. Let's head down Stillwater and find ourselves at Orono High School. Dexter Central, the visitors, and the Red Riots, they're down 2-0 in the third. A chance here for them off the corner. Orono's Laura Kirkpatrick actually gets 2 shots off here on this play, but Sonny Batch slams the door for the Tigers. Tigers looking to extend their lead now. It's Presley Doe. She gets a chance, but some good team defense from Orono gets that out of bounds, and the Tigers with another chance. The ball is going to the middle. It finds Mackenzie Clay. She is going to put that in for her second goal of the game. That'd be too much for Orono. Tigers win 3-0 is the final. So some good field hockey action on Thursday. We had some Thursday night football too. Not Cooper Kupp and Josh Allen, but some high school ball a day early up here. John Bapst and Old Town fans getting after it at UMaine on the turf. Under the lights, great night for it, and Bapst was dominant. First and goal, first possession of the game, shuffle pass goes to Logan McMahon. He walks it in untouched. 6-0 Crusaders. Coyotes, they would march down to the goal line on their first drive too. It's Jordan Kraft looking for James Cody, but instead he finds Tristan Martin with the interception. On defense, Old Town looking to pin John Bapst back. It's 3rd and 32, but look at McMahon. He is bobbing and weaving until he finds the hole, and he hits it hard all the way down to the Old Town 30, just barreling through the defense there. It took 3 men to get him down, and then a couple plays later, the toss to the far side, he takes it, and he is just gone. And that's how Thursday would go for the Crusaders. They would dominate in this one. 31-0 is the final. Let's move on to some baseball now. For the Red Sox, they're still technically in the hunt, but their playoff chances are looking slimmer each day. Recently, they were swept by the Rays, but as for the Sea Dogs, they are very much alive. Portland took a victory from the Rumble Ponies in Game 3 of a 6-game series on Thursday, marking their 10th win in 11 games. The Dogs began the night 2 games up on Somerset in the Eastern League's Northeast Division. Sea Dogs came from behind late on Wednesday night to pull out a wild 4-2 win. Izzy Wilson's 7th-inning 2-run double was the difference, and on Thursday, his homer was the difference. Beginning the night, Portland had a magic number of 10 with 10 to play, and the Dogs are very excited to bring some playoff ball back to Portland.
It's always fun being in a playoff chase. As a player, no matter what level you're on, you always want to win a championship. We're ready, We're ready. We feel that we have a pretty good chance of winning this championship, and that's our goal.
There is a lot of excitement. There's a lot of energy, from the moment they walk into the clubhouse, and then, we kind of see it on the field, and, they're playing very hard right now at this point in time of the season.
All right, some magic happening down at Hadlock. That is all we have for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport. wherever you are. Whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
If you need coffee,
Check.
tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check, or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
We are the first family of country music. I gotta show the world the legacy will continue beyond me.
I'll do anything to protect Miss Family.
Our family is all secrets and lies. What did you do? If there's a hell, I booked my ticket years ago. Just watch.
Monarch. Series premiere this Sunday on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
My husband took my son. You could take him anywhere. I'm not gonna let anything happen to him.
The Cleaning Lady season premiere, Monday, September 19th on Fox.
Welcome back. The TV Academy makes an announcement. Country hitmakers get the spotlight and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
I never wanted to be that girl.
From the CMAs to the Emmys, award show announcements lead the Hollywood Nation. The stars are aligning for TV's biggest night. Ariana DeBose, Selena Gomez, Will Arnett, and Jimmy Kimmel are among the first celebs revealed as presenters at the upcoming Emmy Awards. The ceremony will be hosted by Kenan Thompson and airs live from Los Angeles Monday night. Lainey Wilson leads the nominees for the 2022 CMA Awards. The country singer scored 6 nominations, followed by Ashley McBryde, Carly Pearce, and Chris Stapleton with 5 nods each. Taylor Swift is also among the finalists, earning her first nomination since 2017 in the Music Video of the Year category for I Bet You Think About Me. The ceremony airs live November 9th on ABC. Anna Kendrick has booked a major gig behind the camera. The Pitch Perfect star will make her directorial debut with the true-life thriller The Dating Game. She will also produce and star in the story of Cheryl Bradshaw, a bachelorette on the popular 1970s matchmaking show, and her experience with a contestant who turned out to be a serial killer.
To all of us. Cheers.
And today's First Looks features Harry Styles caught in a forbidden love triangle in the official trailer to My Policeman. Styles portrays a married, closeted gay police officer in 1950s England who has a love affair with a museum curator. The romantic drama arrives in theaters October 21st, ahead of its debut on Prime Video November 4th.
I pity people who don't know what it feels like to be this in love.
In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, Merriam-Webster adds new words to the dictionary, with even pumpkin spice making the cut this time around. The Merriam-Webster dictionary adds new words every fall, and this time it added nearly 400 new words to its total. Some of the new terms they added were pumpkin spice, oat milk, and plant-based. They also added words including metaverse and shrinkflation.
Well, people are hitting the gym just as hard as they did before the pandemic, that according to a report from a retail analytics firm. The data shows that since February, monthly visits to gyms have been 13% higher than they were in 2019. This is great news for gyms and fitness centers because more than 57,000 gyms that were open at the beginning of the pandemic across the country were shut down permanently by the beginning of this year. A global health and fitness trade association says the number of paid gym memberships nationwide increased nearly 4% since the start of 2020.
Well, an airline in Singapore is launching a new Pikachu-themed commercial jet. Scoot Airlines unveiled its new Pikachu Jet TR, the plane covered with Pokemon characters from both inside and out. It's got 370 seats, and passengers will receive Pokemon-themed merchandise such as hats, pillows, and even lanyards. The unique aircraft is expected to fly for the first time on September 9th to Tokyo, Japan. It will also make trips to Seoul, South Korea.
Very cool there. And finally tonight, here at home, men and women in cowboy hats and boots will be roping and riding in Levant's annual charity rodeo event this weekend. The event will be held at Apple Hill Stables, located on Union Street in Levant. Participants will be there competing in barrel racing, team roping, bronco riding, and many other competitions Friday through Sunday. The three-day event attracts riders from Texas, Oklahoma, Montana, and other states, with all the proceeds benefiting the Anna Shriners.
We know a lot of folks and have relatives that have been helped by the Shriners, and the children need all the support they can in this busy world we are, and economic times are tough for people. And if we can support them and make life easier, we're all about it.
Last year's rodeo raised $45,000 for the Shriners. Tickets for the event are $28 each, or $25 if you buy 4 or more. They can be purchased at Apple Hill Stables or online at universe.com. You know, it's definitely getting serious when you're importing cowboys and cowgirls from all the way out west for this big event. So it sounds like it's going to be a really great time.
I'm absolutely in awe of the athletes that participate in rodeo. I love watching barrel racing, especially. It's just tremendous, the agility that those horses possess, and the communication and partnership with the rider is just amazing to see.
Yes, that's something that you don't really get to see all that often here in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So a really great opportunity there too.
Bringing it to us. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. From everybody here at Fox 22 News, take care and have a great rest of your night.
Good night, everyone.